who else? It's Busisiwe and Grace who haven't responded to me. Busisiwe and Grace, are we okay that side? I haven't got a response from you. Just let me know. Okay, can you guys now see my screen? Is it showing on your side?
Yes, sir.
I believe so. Okay, then it's fine. So today's lesson, honorable members, it's going to help me to get the information that I need. So you are going to be doing more of the work in today's lesson. We've done many lessons where I haven't tested you on a certain thing. So I'm going to test your competency in terms of time management. Not only that, but also just to check if all that we have done previously, you are still able to remember all of that. So this is going to be a, let's not maybe call it that, but let's say the first, let's say test one. And then how long am I going to give you for this test one? What I'm going to be circling, it's what you need to do. You're going to do number 4. I will therefore give you time after I've circled the questions that I want you to attend to. That and that one. So that first one, I will give you 2 minutes. That's 5. Okay, I'm going to give you a maximum of 10 minutes on this one. So that means at 19, 10, 15, at 7, you should be done. So you may start. So how it's going to work is that you will work on these questions within that given time. You will have 2 minutes to take photo, submit, and then as you do that, I'm moving on to the next question for the next test 2. We will also move on to test 3. We will see how far we can go. But on my side, I want to see how fast you can write, and also can you write faster and answer the questions correctly, and again to test which topics you guys are still struggling with. Also to expose you that you knowing the question doesn't necessarily mean it's a pass, or you being able to know what to do doesn't mean it's a pass. You will also need to notice what contributes towards a fail. You can know everything, but without time management, without maximum attention, you can still fail. So guys, did you understand how today's lesson is going to be?
Yes, sir.
Not sure who that was, but Langlitle and Grace Obusi, did you guys understand how it's going to work in today's lesson?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Langlitle, did you hear me, honorable member? Not sure if Langa did, but I suppose you did.
Yes, I heard you.
Goodest. So remember, guys, it's not a secret that you won't be able to cheat. What I said was at 19:15, you will have a minute or two just to take photos and then you send. So even if you take a screenshot, it won't work because it's not like you will submit all at once. So just be aware of that. The aim is not to try and trick you. I do want you to attempt all of those right as fast as you can. I'm tempted to give you the tips, but I'll give you somewhere in the middle of the lesson. I'll just have to remember that. Okay, let me not disturb you guys. Maybe let me mute myself. I want to, I'm checking the next test.
Sir, may you go back to the test?
Okay, now it's time to take photos and submit. Let's see, you'll just have 2 minutes to do this. Guys, did you get the message that you need to start taking photos and submit? Langlihle and Grace, did you get the message? Okay, I will just make it even more interesting. Let's see. No, not that one. Page 68. It's where I want to go. Yes. Grace and Langlihle, were you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Test 2. Okay, I see Langa has submitted. So with you submitting quicker, it gives you an advantage to start on to the next question. I'll just make it that interesting. So that means Langlihle, you can now start working on the questions that I'm going to be circling. I'll choose that, which means you can already start with that one. Choose that. Let's go into that. Another interesting question should be that one. I'll make it until that. Let's see. That. Okay, this one being the last one. And then I will give you, I think it's going to be 18 minutes. Not 18, but 12 minutes. Then that means at 19:30. Yes. Okay, so I've just figured out a way to deal with it such that you will be motivated to be as fast as you can in terms of sending the photo. So as soon as it's 19:30, I'm just going to remove this. I move on to the next question. Then you will make use of the minute after or 2 minutes after to just quickly send photos so that you can be able to quickly start on the next test. So I did say actually it's going to be after this test too. I will then give you that tip that I wanted to give you. I don't want to give you now because I want you guys to feel the difference when I give you that tip. A very important one. 2, 4, 5 questions. Okay, I'm just going to mute myself while I look for the next question. Okay, now it's time to submit. I have, okay, let's see, Langa has sent already. Okay, then it's fine. I will quickly check that one. But Grace, it's now time to submit. Katleho, I'm not sure, Katleho, but it looks like you were late for the lesson, especially for that test 1. So I'm curious to know if you participated in test 2, but I've noticed some things in your test 1 answers, of which we will need to address those before we lose track of what we are trying to achieve in today's lesson. Katleho, did you participate in test 2?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you are done or not. You just need to submit, honorable member. Are you taking the photos on your side?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. Gracie, what's happening on your side? Are you sending the photos? Okay, Grace is sent. Wait, Grace. Okay. Some more photos are coming, then it's fine. Katleho, what about on your side? Are you sending the photos? Okay, Katleho has just sent. Then it's fine. Before we go far, I will need to go back to that first test 1. I haven't checked. Yeah, I'll just say I haven't checked your test 2. Because you just sent now. Okay, let me quickly do this. Yeah, so this is your test number 1. Maybe let me do this. I am very much concerned, honorable members. I am very much concerned, and I'm glad you guys are doing this in this test. This is what I'm concerned about. Maybe let's start with you, Grace, because you also made a very deadly mistake. Okay, so this is what I would do, honorable members, because this test is structured in that manner where I've taken one question from exercise 2A, one question from B, one question from C, and D. When you answer this type of questions, at least try to identify which question is easier. I'm trying to click on my pen there, but it's fine. At least try to identify which question is easier to tackle. I don't know why. It's probably because the image is still saving in the background. Okay. Can't even move. Okay. Looks like it's now fine. So this is what I'm trying to do, honorable members. I try to identify which question is easier to start with. I would say that one is easier to start with. I'm going to start with that one. As soon as I'm done with that one, then I'm going to jump onto the next question. It could be that this one is easier. Then after that one, you might find that this one is easier. Then this one, because it looks a bit challenging, do it last. Just so that in case if you run out of time, at least you started with the questions which were easier. So I'm going to answer these questions based on the mistakes that you guys did. You will therefore have to figure out why you made those mistakes. It now makes sense why a teacher would say, how can you guys get this thing wrong? Because we have done them in class and you were getting them correct, you understood them. It looks like when there is time involved, that's when it becomes a chaos, honorable members, because the mistakes that you did are costly mistakes, not that you do not know how to work it out, but at this stage, I'm suspecting it could be because you are under pressure to do these things within a limited time. So I'm not sure how to explain this, honorable members, but for you to pass a test or an exam, it's not only based on how much you know or which questions you know, but it's mainly based on two things: time management and the level of concentration. So it's actually a strategy that you need to say, out of these 4 questions, this one, it looks difficult. I'm not going to touch it until I've started with that one. After that one, I'm going to this one. After that one, I'm going to this one. And that one, I will only do it if I have enough time or if I still have some time. That one, because it's easier, okay, very quickly I will need to rewrite that question and say 3x squared multiplied by 2 to the third plus cx squared multiplied by 2 to the 4. Okay, now I'm going to start. I know it's an expression I need to simplify. Most importantly, grace, even though it may not be something that contributes towards you not finishing, but for example, these things that I do and I do that by that, or maybe I highlight that and that, you won't necessarily need to do those, but if it makes it easier for you to do, it's fine, you can do, where you say that times that, it gives you what, 6, and then you've got the same basis, what you do to the exponents, you add the exponents. For example, I think it's Langlihle, you did this one correctly, then you say plus, and then, okay, let's say you say this times that. It may not be on this question, but I just remember you did something where, for example, you do this one on the left correctly, then you say plus, then on this other side, you have 12, and then you've got x. Instead of saying 2 plus 4, just like you did on the other side, you do it differently. So a very good indication that when you are under pressure to finish on time, that's where you are most likely to make mistake. This is common to all the learners. So that means, honorable members, our problem is to balance. How am I going to say this? The problem is to write quicker and do things correctly. This is not a problem, but this is what you're supposed to do. Maybe your problem is that when you write at a slower pace or at a pace where you are relaxed, you do things correctly. But when you write quicker or under the pressure of time, you make mistakes. That's what I've noticed, honorable members. Okay, so now we've got 6x to the 5 that you plus it with 12x to the 6. It therefore looks like this is the end of it. That's if you see that is to the 5, this is to the 6, you can't add them together. Yes, someone is saying something. Did I make a mistake? Did I make a mistake?
I think so, sir. It's supposed to be 3x to the power of 6 because the 3x is to the power of 3 in the question.
Oh, you mean on the question I copied it incorrectly, ne? Oh,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Looks like I was looking at that one. Okay, then it's fine. Then it's going to be 3 plus 3, which is 6. Then if that is the case, it means that's when it can continue, where you have that 6 plus 12. It is 6, 7, 8. Is it 18? X to the 6. Then this should be the end of it. But most importantly, what I wanted to highlight was this question, it's easier, but you do it correctly that side because you're under pressure. That side, you do it differently. Let me quickly check again something that who was speaking just now? Was it you, Grace?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Look at what you've done, honorable member. Can you see a mistake on this same question where you noticed a mistake that I made?
Yes, sir.
So can you see that it's not necessarily because you don't know, but the challenge is when you have to do it with limited time. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Not only that, but for now, just hold on to that. Let me quickly check. I think I saw something. No, I've highlighted what I noticed from you, Langlish. You also got it incorrect. Let me quickly check. Yes, you see there, you on the left you have it as 6x to the 6. And then on the other side, you are having a 54x to the 3. Langlish, quickly, can you check what I'm talking about? And do you notice your mistake? Or do you understand when I say correct on the other side, wrong on the other side?
Yes, I believe I can see my mistake.
Yeah, so, but what I've done just now, do you understand it? Does it make sense, or do you agree when I say it's easier, but it could be that you were under pressure because of limited time?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah, so that's what I mean, honorable members. And such mistakes, you just need to make sure that you do them in this lesson so that when you get to exam room, at least you remember that you are most likely to make mistakes when you are under pressure. So towards the end, I would like for us to brainstorm and think of how can we solve this problem. Okay, let me now move on to test 2. But with regards to test 1, definitely you guys got moved there. And when I look at those other questions, when I check on the mistakes that you did, it's mainly because of what I've indicated there. On other questions, it's only one step that you did, one step that you did. So I am therefore forced to say, just make sure to identify the easy targets and start with those, invest enough of your time on those, knowingly that if you have 4 questions to answer, at least if you can get 2 questions 100% correct, you have 50% for that question. If you do the same for all other questions, 50% is guaranteed. Rather than trying to answer everything within that time and you end up not finishing on each question, then you end up having a loss of marks, 0 marks on some questions because of some mistakes. Maybe I need to add on this one. Gracie, I just remembered because this is the reason why I wanted us not to continue. It is because of this question. I'll just copy it from what you wrote there. It is the one that actually made me to realize that we might be doing the lessons, doing the revisions, and you understand and get everything correctly, but we might be having a new problem that we will still need to address. This question, I think it's question 13 there. It is this one. Just All of you guys check on what you've done on this question, where we are having that minus, then we have that, and then to the 3. Okay. A deadly mistake, Gracie, you said you did multiply that by that, that by that. But here you said -2 squared n to the 3 times 6. Doesn't matter what you do on this side. Okay, you can still have that times that. Okay, you have that and that and that. So, okay, this is a mistake by Grace. But Langlihe, I want you to identify that mistake and tell me, what do you think that mistake is? You once made this mistake before and you were able to correct it. You never got it wrong, but now I want to see if you are still able to notice what was supposed to be done there. Let me quickly check what you've done on the site. Where is that? Let's see. Okay, it looks like you also made that same mistake. Langlihle, can you see a mistake there?
Yes, I see my mistake.
No, that, okay. Yes, you also made a mistake. Yes, you too also made a mistake. It's fine. Okay. Where would you say that mistake is? What is that mistake?
I didn't times the numbers properly.
Yes. Again, it looks like it does confirm that doing these things under the pressure of time is a problem, honorable members. So Gracie, just so that you are able to understand what the problem is, at all the times when you have a negative number, it must be inside the brackets. It must be inside the brackets, just so that you have that 3 on the outside. Inside, it becomes +4 and not -4. And then this one of n, what is 3 times that? It's 15 plus 3, which is 18. I think 6 times that, it's 18. Then you have that. Minus, you still have your 2. This one, it has to be inside the brackets, which means it's going to be 9. And then you have 8 to the exponent. What is that? That is 6. Gracie, can you see the mistake that you made? That means the whole of this question, it's loss of ink, honorable members, because from that first step, everything is wrong going down. And just because of that one simple mistake, you've lost ink, honorable member. Gracie, do you notice your mistake and do you understand the cost of that mistake?
Yes, sir.
And did you hear what Langlihe said? He just confirmed that he noticed that mistake. And he has to notice that mistake because now we are no longer under pressure because we are analyzing everything. But it looks like the problem now is the issue of time management. And that's what I wanted to explain, to say the new problem is having to write within that pressure of time and at the same time doing things correctly. Okay, very quickly, I will just make use of your submission. Who is that? Katleho. Okay, Katleho. I'm going to therefore attend to the next problem based on your answering the test 2. Okay, let's see what you've done there. Katleho, are you still there? Let's quickly check.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you're still here. Okay, wait. Let's look at that first one. When we look at that first one, you see that 105 minus what is it? 5n, 5 to the n equals to 0. Can you see that one, Katlea?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what did you do to one? You took it to the other side and it changed a sign, isn't it?
Yes.
What remained on the left-hand side?
5n, negative 5n.
Okay, where did that negative go? Was it stolen?
Yo,
Looks like we have thieves. Do you think Langlish stole it? Because this is what you are having. You now have 5 to the n. You have 0. Yes, that one you took it to the other side, it changed a sign. But what happened to that negative 5 there? Gracie, did you steal it?
I don't think so.
So where did it go? Katleo, where did that negative go?
yo, I don't
No,
really
no,
know.
no, 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 no. This is where we call 10,111 honorable member, because we can't have things disappearing there. So can you see, that means the whole of it, just from there going down, is wrong. Can you see there, Katleo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, the whole of it is wrong, even though it's easier to deal with it, but simply because of that, it means everything is wrong. So let me just quickly check what the other honorable members did. Then I'll be able to make a conclusion on that one. Okay, let's see for Grace. For Grace, that went to the other side. It became a positive 0 there. And then there. 1. Yes, Grace moved it nicely. Okay. Then let's quickly check what Langa did. Okay, Langlihle. What happened? One went to the other side. Wait, it looks like what Grace, no, what Katleho did and Langlihle did it exactly the same. Langlihle, do you notice your mistake on that one, honorable member?
No, I don't.
So you see, this one, you took the one to the other side, it became -1. Can you see that part?
Yes, I can see.
The first step. So what I was asking Katleho there was to say, this negative, where did that negative go? You see that negative there? It's gone because you had to have that negative there, because what you did, it was just to take one to the other side. So that means you had to have a negative that, this minus that, it gives you -1. Then you can remove that -1 by dividing by that -1. So that cancels with that. And then you have 5 to the exponent n, which is equals to that canceling, and then you have 1. Then you can rewrite this as 5 to the 0. Why? Because 5 to the 0 is the same as that one. And then same basis, they fall away, then you equate the exponents. Can you see that one now, Langlitle?
Yes, I can see.
Yes. Let's see. While I'm still on your script, okay, I look at the second one. Big mistake on that one, where so on your side, it looks like you now forgot that now it is the exponents and you are dividing. See that number 30. Let me quickly explain this one, which is 6 to the exponent 2x, which is equals to 1 over 36. So you just need to remember that when you have the letter in the position of the exponent, that means you are now dealing with the laws of exponents, where you need to just make sure that everything is in a form of an exponent. So what you did was to divide by 6, and it now makes sense why you would divide by 6, because you wanted to cancel it. But remember, when you're dealing with the exponents, you don't remove it that way. What you need to do is to remember that you have this as a base to the exponent 2x, which is equals to, this one will therefore be 36 to the exponent -1. So you still have your that. You need to rewrite this in a form of a base. What is that? Is it 6 squared? Maybe not 6 squared, but maybe 6 to the exponent 3. What is 36, honorable members? Is it 6?
It's 6 squared, sir.
Oh, 6 squared. Okay, then it's fine. So that means you had to have 6 squared. So now you see you've got 6 to the that, which is equal to 6. That multiplies with that, it becomes -2, meaning now you have the same basis. They fall away, you equate the exponents. Therefore, your x is equals to -1. So can you see Langlitle, and do you understand when I say you confused this question with the one where you have a linear equation where you remove that by dividing it by that same thing? Do you understand me on that one, Langlitle?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, very quickly, let me check the other one. I think I've checked. Okay. Okay, then it's fine. Due to time limitations, I will have to go through all of these things just before I sleep in preparation for my next lesson. But it looks like the problem is common. Okay, I'm going to start with you, Grace. Gracie, what will then be the solution to this new problem of time management and mistakes? How are we going to solve it? What do you think can be the solution?
We can run away.
No. I think we still have 2 minutes, but just to brainstorm, let's make use of the remaining minute. Just take a second to suggest how we are going to work it out. Because if we run away, it won't solve the problem, honorable member. Grace, what do you think is going to be the solution?
I'm not sure, sir.
Katleho, why are the honorable members still thinking? What do you think is going to be the solution?
So maybe if like we had extra time to think and focus, because we panic mostly because there's not enough time.
But one thing for sure, extra time you won't be given. Maybe quickly, Langlitle, what do you think will be the solution?
Yeah, I don't know, sir. So I don't know.
Sir,
Yes, Gracie.
I think like you should make a group, Nessa, on WhatsApp, and then you add all of our numbers, and then you do like a little, what's it called? Like a call, and then you tell us what we've done wrong.
I see. But still, even if you just know what you've done wrong, will it assist you in exam to do better? Because it sounds like it will just make you aware of what you've done wrong, but not contribute towards you improving in an exam. Mm?
I think so. If we get to realize what our mistakes are, and
Maybe
like
you have a
you give us
point.
like a if you give us like a breakdown of what we've done wrong, then we can go through it so that we can have a better understanding
I think you have
on
a
what we
point,
got.
Grace. I think you have a point. I actually think I misinterpreted what you said the first time. It's more like just like what I was doing now, because now I did not attend to every question because of time limitation. So what you're saying is what you've just done, we just go through everything to check where the mistake is, where to improve, and all of that.
Yes,
Yes, no, I agree. And also, just to add on that, would you say doing more of this, will it help for us to know what contributes towards mistakes and how to improve with time limitations? What do you guys think? Katleho, Langlihle, what do you guys think about this suggestion?
It's a good idea, sir.
Agreed. Okay. Okay, then it's fine. I see Debo has just joined. Debo, how are you, honorable member?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you, sir?
Goodest. Okay, I was busy with the grade nines, but it's fine. I won't end, don't leave. But Grace, Katleho, and Langlihle, you may leave the lesson. I'm going to start with the grade 10s. I just don't want to end it and then restart again. Okay, Teboho, they are gone. What I want to do now is to end their recording, and then I will start a new one for the grade 10s.